Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Aston Football channel. And today we are here with the Manchester United versus Aston Villa watch along. We are a little bit late. Just been watching the F1. Great race, absolutely phenomenal race. There's pretty much zero action, but we're here. Aston Villa, we've obviously a good side. Currently sit sixth in the Premier League. They're doing quite well, especially since Unai Emery took over. They have yet to not score in a game Unai Emery's been in charge of. Not ideal for us, but we move. So I'm backing us. I'm backing us to keep a clean sheet. So I'm going United 2, Aston Villa 0. That's my prediction. There we go. You're going 3-1 United, Tom. Good shout. I like to hear the confidence. There we go. Get that written down for you. So the teams for today. So for Manchester United, it is David De Gea in goal. It is a back four of Victor Lindelof, Luke Shaw, Diogo Dalot, and Tyrell Malacia. As a midfield double pivot of Christian Eriksen and Casemiro, with Bruno Fernandes off the right, Jadon Sancho off the left, Marcel Sabitzer at number 10, with Marcus Rashford leading the line for Manchester United. When it comes to Aston Villa, it is Emi Martinez in goal. It's Ashley Young at right back. Ezri Konsa and Tyrone Mings make up the two centre backs, with Alex Moreno as the left back. Douglas Luiz and Lance Dendoncker as a midfield double pivot. Jacob Ramsey and John McGinn are on the wings, with Emi Buendia and Ollie Watkins as a front two. We probably will see Emi Buendia drop in behind Ollie Watkins, and it becomes more of a 4-4-1-1. But as it stands, I've got it as a 4-4-2. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully Malacia will do good and Bruno at right mid. Yeah, I mean, look, I like Malacia. He's not been brilliant in the last few games. I think Malacia is a good player. So I'm not worried too much about Malacia. I mean, we've seen Malacia. He's locked up Salah this season. He's played great against Manchester City. Malacia is a good right back, a good left back. So I'm not too worried about Malacia. Bruno Fernandes at right wing, I'm not happy about. I don't like Bruno Fernandes on the wing. But Erik Ten Hag seemingly likes it. So you back him. You back Ten Hag. He knows what he's doing. But as I say, personally, I'm not a big fan of it. So we are about 4 minutes away from kickoff. If you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below. Subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do share the stream as well. Obviously, we do have other games going on today in the Premier League. We will try our best to keep up to date with all of those games. We've got Manchester City Fulham. We've got when it loads, I can show you the game. I can tell you the games. So you've got Bournemouth, Leeds, Fulham, Man City, and Newcastle, Southampton, all playing at the same time. So, as I say, we will try and keep up to date with all of those games as they are played. I mean, you've got some Serie A games as well, but I don't think we're not particularly interested in those. So the players are about to make their way out of the tunnel and onto the pitch here at Old Trafford. Exciting game ahead. Right, give me a second. I need to go get some water. I haven't got a drink, and that is not going to go well. So I'll be 2 seconds. Right, we're back. Come on then. Kick off any moment now. So again, just to go through the lineups once again, it is David De Gea in goal. It's a back four of Diogo Dalot, Victor Lindelof, Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia. Midfield three of Marcel Sabitzer, Christian Eriksen and Casemiro. We only want one of those in. And then the front four, however you want to see it, is Bruno Fernandes, it is Marcus Rashford, and it is Jadon Sancho. And my game has broken. Lovely. What a start. What a start. Right, there we go. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, obviously, Manchester United were meant to have a protest today. Apparently, it's not gone too well. I'm not surprised about it. Right, here we go. So, Luke Shaw. Right. I'm trying to sync up the game timer. There we go. The game timer's all synced up, so if you want to sync up your game with mine, please feel free. Just so when you see Aston Villa trying to play it out from the back here with Ashley Young, so do you. It's quite interesting to see actually where both Eriksen and Sabitzer will play. It looks like at the moment it could be it could be Eriksen in that slightly more advanced role in a bit more like that. You're in 2-0 Man United. Let's hope. Right. So Man City have already taken the lead. Man City are already winning. What a joy. There we go. So I've got your prediction down there, Hendra. So, what a surprise. Man City are winning. Who scored then? Erling Haaland scored a penalty. Just not really fair, is it? Not really fair. I mean, it's a slightly rotating Man City side as well. No Bernardo Silva, no De Bruyne. It's going to be a long day, innit? It's going to be a long day. Man City already 1-0 up. United playing well here, though. Sabitzer into Jadon Sancho on the attack here. Offside. There's offside somewhere. Right. My game has stopped. The game stopped. Brilliant. Could be a long one. Could be a long one. Right. What is going on? So I'm just trying to sort the game out again because it just went off. Bit annoying. Why this game isn't on normal on Sky, I don't know. It's not. There's no ban. So for me, it should be on. But because the Premier League and everyone around the Premier League are stupid, not. Don't care. Right. This is actually annoying me. This is the big issue with the Premier League. Like, if I'm in Italy right now, I could watch every single one of these games, not a problem. But in the UK, for whatever reason, English fans get fucked. Make it make sense. Right, here we go. Found the game. It's ahead of where we were. Perfect. Here we go. Luke Shaw goes across to Victor Lindelof. Goes back into Shaw. He does. And right now you can see the 4-4-2. Buendia and Watkins certainly as a two. Ericsson goes down the line looking for the run of Jadon Sancho. Ashley Young gets it back to Emi Martinez. And it's a good clearance. And somehow it's found Buendia. Finds Douglas Luiz. Who gets it out wide. Looking for Moreno. It's overrun. And it's out for a throw in. Bruno Fernandes looks for the flick onto Marcel Sabitzer. Douglas Luiz has it. Gets it back to Martinez, who clears it down the line. Can Casemiro win it? He can't. Ollie Watkins did. But it's back with Victor Lindelof, who will probably knock it back to De Gea. No, we'll just turn on it. And puts it across to Malacia, who's filling in that centre-back for Luke Shaw as it stands. Wow. I'll tell you what. That Matthew Aston guy in chat, what a bloke. Most handsome man I've ever met. So the scores in the other games are still 0-0 between Bournemouth and Leeds, Man City and Newcastle and Southampton, while, of course, Fulham are losing 1-0 to Manchester City at Craven Cottage, courtesy of an Erling Haaland goal. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the 2 goals for Villa. Wow, you're gonna make me blush. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's better. So Tyrone Mings has it. Is he gonna go long? No, it goes into Konsa. Good player from Villa. And look, Villa are a very good side. Scored in every game since Unai Emery was appointed. He's up to 6th after being in a relegation dogfight under Steven Gerrard. Unai Emery, I mean, I think he's starting to get the credit he deserves for the job he's done. But, I mean, if he was there the whole season, you know, God knows how high they could be. I think they'd be above fucking Spurs for sure. Here's Casemiro. Lovely ball into Malacia. Edge of the box. Finds Bruno Fernandes. Lovely ball to Marcus Rashford, who's in. And there's a huge save by Emi Martinez to deny Marcus Rashford. A great opportunity there for the number 10. It's a good save. Would he have been offside? It would have been close. I think he may have just been off, to be honest. It's a great save by Emi Martinez. Makes himself big. At the feet of Marcus Rashford and sees it behind for a corner. Ericsson will take it. Obviously, a very good set piece taker, Christian Eriksen. However, United not the tallest of squads, and I think Aston Villa have a bit of height in there. You got Mings, you got Konsa, then Donker's a big lad. Aston Villa do really well though, and they're looking for Alex Moreno on the counter attack. Malacia is there and gets it back into David De Gea. Luke Shaw into Malacia. United just ticking it over, trying to kill the momentum of Aston Villa. Just knocking it around the back at the moment. It's a long ball now, looking for Rashford. Emi Martinez quickly off his line. Ericsson will get there. Looks for the ball to Sabitzer. Tyrone Mings does well and clears it out. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll give you an insight into what's going on in my house. My flatmate's writing her dissertation, and she's just asked, what do you put in a discussion section? It's not going well. It's not going well. But we had a good chance here for Sabitzer, who I think his shot was fired over, well, pushed over the bar by Emi Martinez. So hopefully we have a corner. No, it's a goal kick. He's just blasted it over. It's a great chance for Martin, from Sabitzer there. Probably should have scored. Malassi with a foul on John McGinn. No, I don't. She's got to finish it. She's got to finish it. I'll back her to fit. She'll get it done. Guys, if you think my flatmate will finish her diss, give us a like. Give us a like. Get the support for her going. De Gea goes to Malassia. Nice ball into Casemiro. Goes long, looking for Marcus Rashford, or is it Bruno Fernandes? It is Bruno Fernandes who puts it in. Martinez slipped. He gets away with one there, Emi Martinez. It's not the greatest of balls across from Bruno Fernandes, but it's a slip from Emi Martinez that really gave the opportunity for Sabitzer at the back stick. Great chance there for United. If that's Marcus Rashford and lots of bits, we'd probably score there, to be honest. He just slips at the last moment, Martinez. And he's actually quite lucky because he goes to palm it away. But I think if Martinez does palm it, again, he palms it into the path of Sabitzer. It's good goalkeeping, really, from Emi Martinez not to actually leave it in the end. Seeing the run of Sabitzer. Gets away with one there, though. Gets away with it. I like Sabitzer. I do like him. I don't think we need him, though. Obviously, Donny's going to be back next season. McTominay, I mean, I don't think he's great. I like him. I don't think we need him, though. If you can get him for a decent price, for like, let's say 15 million, I think you take him. But if you're looking to spend 25, 30 million, I don't see the point. Because I think we need to go spend 60 million on a midfielder, really. So I'd rather spend 60 on one than spend 40 and 20 on Sabitzer and another one. Go get Frankie de Jong. Pay whatever money you need to on de Jong. And then if we've got a bit of money left and we can afford Sabitzer, then go for it. But at the moment, I don't think we need to. Obviously, if we sell Donny, if we sell McTominay or a Fred, then I'm probably more likely to go, yeah, buy Sabitzer. He's been all right, but I think there's bigger priorities than to buy Marcel Sabitzer. Would you buy Sabitzer? I do like him. I mean, the 2 goals against Sevilla, big goals. Obviously, we obviously ended up drawing that game and going out in the second leg. But yeah, scored some good goals for us this year. Some important ones. Obviously, scored in the FA Cup quarter-final against Fulham as well. I think, was that the winner in that game? So, I think as a loan spell goes, he's been quite good. But generally, I think there's better out there. And I definitely wouldn't sign Weghorst. Definitely would not sign Weghorst. Yeah, I think so. Sell McTominay, buys a bit and Casemiro. Yeah, I don't know who buys. Is that you? Who's that in the crowd? No idea. I just don't know who buys Scott McTominay. That's the issue with McTominay. Who buys him? Apparently Newcastle might be interested. I mean, I'll drive him to Newcastle myself if that gets the deal over the line. But realistically, I just don't see who buys McTominay. Here's Lindelof. I reckon if you do sell McTominay, because he's British and he counts as homegrown, I reckon you can get more for Bruno than you would... No, for McTominay than you would be paying to buy Sabitzer. And in that deal, absolutely do it. Here's a chance for Villa. Emi Buendia puts it across. Diego Dallas nearly scored an own goal. Moreno! Big save by De Gea straight at him. Bloody hell. What a chance for Villa that was. Jacob Ramsey plays a lovely ball through to Buendia. Where's Malacia? Jadon Sancho as well. I think Ollie Watkins just slips as he goes to tap it in. And Diego Dallo manages to get in front and get something on it to clear it. But it falls to the left back Moreno, who hits it hard through the legs of Christian Eriksen. But De Gea gets down well and sees it across for a corner. Good goalkeeping from David De Gea there. What do you think of Van Dijk and Vidic? It's Nemanja Vidic. It's Nemanja Vidic. I would love to have all the stats, but why Nemanja Vidic is better, but I don't have him on me right now. De Gea gets a good punch on the corner. John McGinn from the edge goes for goal, and it's always wide. De Gea didn't really look troubled. It's got to be the two-time Premier League Player of the Season, Nemanja Vidic. He's also won more than one Premier League. So, quite easy. I tell you what, I mean, it's a really weird thing to say. I really don't like Unai Emery's hair. I always think it looks greasy. He puts too much gel in it. It's a ball over the top. Martinez as well. Dallo. Lindelof. Sure. Lovely ball out to Jadon Sancho. Sancho looks to knock it past Ashley Young. Good defending from the Englishman. It's a throw-in for Villa. It's a throw-in for Villa. What a shame. What a sham. So, as I said earlier, there was a protest outside Old Trafford today. I don't think it's gone very well, to say the least. Obviously, we had a protest last season. No, earlier in the season against Liverpool. Also, 2 years ago, we had a protest before the Liverpool game. And that was during the Super League. The first one. We had the game postponed. We had people breaking into the stadium. The game, like I said, the game was called off. This Casemiro, that could be a red. What's he done that for? He's just gone flying in. What's he done that for, you idiot, Casemiro? Casemiro needs to sort himself out. Like, this is actually a joke. He's just wiped Ramsey out. I don't think he's been booked, which is lucky. But what is he doing? But, so yeah, so this this protest today, it was meant to be, and it was kind of advertised as being bigger and better than all the other protests we've done before. I mean, we're 22 minutes into this game. The stands look pretty much full. The protest, it hasn't gone well. And I think the issue is just not enough people care. Obviously, you've got the vocal minority that is going to be screaming and dancing about it. But the reason the Super League one and the first one before the Liverpool game 2 years ago was so big is because not only was it about getting the Glazers out, it was against the Super League. It was against trying to kill the Premier League, trying to globalise the Premier League. And Jadon Sancho's gone down in the box. That's got to be a penalty. Referee says no. VAR will check it, of course. It's absolutely pissing it down at Old Trafford as well. But surely that's a penalty. Casemiro with a ball out to Malacia. Malacia brings it down. Does well. What the best of balls from Malacia, I have to say. So it's Bournemouth 2, Leeds 0. A huge game in terms of relegation. Leeds are 2-0 down to Bournemouth. Bournemouth looks like they will be free. They will stay up. Jeffrey Lerma with both goals for the Cherries. With 15 minutes in, 26 minutes into that game, it's a Jeffrey. Is it Jeffrey? Yeah, Jefferson. Sorry, Jefferson Lerma double to give them the lead. Fulham has also equalised at Man City. Fulham 1, Man City 1. Erling Haaland scored a penalty in the 3rd minute. Carlos Vinicius equalised in the 15th. Issa Diop has had to be replaced. Has had to replace Tim Ream. So Issa Diop is on. Tim Ream is off. Here is Luke Shaw. So clearly the challenge on Sancho wasn't a penalty. VAR hasn't pulled it back. Here is Sancho. Out to Diogo Dalot. Bruno Fernandes looks for the run of Jadon Sancho. Good defending from Moreno. 25 minutes in. Still 0-0 in this game. As is the score in the Newcastle-Southampton game. Of course, if Manchester United win today and Newcastle drop points, United will go above Newcastle in the Premier League. With a game in hand, I believe. Actually, I think Newcastle might stay above us on goal difference. No, we would go above them. We would go above them. Shaw. Sancho. Back to Shaw. Lindelof. Malassia's offering himself. He's very inverted here, and it's certainly becoming that free 3-2-5. The long ball over to Marcus Rashford, and he's brought it down well here. Marcus Rashford looking to drive at Konsa. Konsa does well and clears it down the line. Can Luke Shaw win the first ball against Buendia? He can, and Casemiro has it. Goes back into Lindelof on the halfway line. Dalot. The long ball. Crossfield ball looking for Jadon Sancho. It's a lovely ball as well. And here is Sancho up against Ashley Young. Finds Casemiro. Shoots. Hits the crossbar. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes pulls it down from the air. That's not a bad effort from Casemiro. Should he hit the target though? For me, yes. We'll see it again. It's a great crossfield ball from Dalot to Sancho, who's 1v1 with Ashley Young. Finds Casemiro, who shoots. I'm not sure if Martinez or Konsa gets a touch onto it. We'll see it here. I don't think he does. It's not a bad effort from Casemiro. For me, he should hit the target from there, though. Still, United 0, Aston Villa 0. Rashford makes a tackle on Konsa. Referee says free kick. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. Marcus Rashford has it here. Jadon Sancho's to his left. It's a poor ball. It's a really poor ball from Marcus Rashford. And it's out for a throw for United. Konsa got across well. Really poor there from Marcus Rashford. Might actually be a free kick to Villa. So these are the stats so far. So United 3 shots, 1 on target, as opposed to Villa's 2 and 1. United dominating the ball, but not doing really enough with it. As Eriksen looks to play it through to, I'm not sure who. It's easy, to Emi Martinez. I think that we can all see what kind of the game plan is for Manchester United here. It is try and find Marcus Rashford with that ball over the top. And a few times it has worked. Emi Martinez is coming out well and sweeping. Emi Martinez looks for the long ball. Dalot will easily pick it up though. Cuts inside well. Dalot. To Luke Shaw. Sancho. Back to Luke Shaw. It's important that if United do score, we don't bottle it like we did in that Spurs game. Get a lead and we've got to keep it. Obviously, our first game since that absolute collapse in the second half against Spurs. I think, as we were saying about Spurs in this United game, they had a point to prove because it was an embarrassing performance from Spurs. Today, United are in the same situation after an embarrassing second half. So it's 2-1 now in the Bournemouth-Leeds game. Leeds have pulled one back. Half an hour played. Still 0-0 here. United having the better of the chances. I'll find out who scored that goal for Leeds. Again, an important goal in terms of the title of the relegation scrap. It's Patrick Bamford with that goal. So it is 2-1 in that game. So as it stands, in the Premier League, Man City will go a point off of Arsenal with a game in hand. Newcastle will stay above Manchester United by 2 points. Clearly my Premier League table is wrong. Brilliant. Bournemouth will move up to 13th and probably that sees them safe. With not too many games left to go. 4 games left to go. Probably safe at that point. Nottingham Forest obviously still well in it. And a defeat for Leeds will keep them again in danger of the drop. It's all going on. It's all going on both ends of the table today. Here comes Casemiro. Looks to get it to the back stick where there's absolutely nobody. And Ashley Young, not the greatest bit of defending from Young, but Konsa does deal with it. United pick it up. Sancho finds Luke Shaw. Victor Lindelof. Across to Diogo Dalot. Eriksen's in the pocket. If we can find him, we can't. We go into Luke Shaw. Just knocking it about. Malassia's offering himself. Can he find Eriksen first time? Not first time, but he does find Eriksen. Dalot's made a good run out wide. Here is Sabitzer. Out to Malassia. There's that pills for handball. Obviously, again, VAR will check it if it is handball. Let's see it. I don't think that's handball. I don't think there is a handball. It's a really poor ball in from Tyrell Malassia, though. No, he doesn't hit his hand. Handball. Good decision me. And there we go. Emi Martinez goes long for the goal kick. Casemiro wins it. Sabitzer flicks on. Tyrone Mings. Ramsey. Douglas Luiz. Moreno. Mings. Ramsey. Aston Villa really looking to try and play their way out of here. Mings goes back into to Emi Martinez. Will probably go across to Konsa. He does. Then Donker. Does well. It's a long ball out. Trying to break the press from Emi Martinez. United do pick it up. But would you take a 1-0 win? I would take any win. I would take any win. United have been the better side, but I wouldn't say we've created any massively high quality chances. But out of the two sides, I would say we've created the better chances. Rashford had one really good one. So you could argue we could be 1-0 up. As Ollie Watkins here. Can he get it through? Luke Shaw, good defending, but Emi Martinez finds John McGinn. What a recovery challenge from Tyrell Malacia. Malacia gets across with a strong slide challenge to see the ball clear. But here comes Villa again. Casemiro with a challenge this time. Very good defending from the Brazilian. And can United now come away? We can't. Yeah, you can make the argument United could be 1-0 up here. Thanks to that Marcus Rashford chance where it brought a good save from Emi Martinez. And Casemiro had a chance. United have had opportunities as Luke Shaw plays one over the top to Bruno. Emi Martinez, again, quick off his line to deal with it. And so a bit to get hold of it. No, he can't. Here is Douglas Luiz. And again, look, that's the what's it called? That's the game plan for United. It is those balls over the top, looking to try and take advantage of that high Aston Villa line. As Jacob Ramsey has it in the box, looks to get it across. Luke Shaw gets a good first header to it. Ollie Watkins with the acrobatic effort on the overhead kick, blasts it over. Good defending from Luke Shaw, taking it away from Ollie Watkins originally as the cross came in. And it was always going to take something special to beat De Gea and to score from that, from Ollie Watkins, and he couldn't produce it. Wan-Bissaka's on the bench. I don't know why he's been dropped today. But he has. No, yeah, I really don't know where he is. Tyrone Mings is talking to Unai Emery. I'm not sure what's going on there. De Gea goes long. Easily won by Moreno. Lindelof up against Watkins. Lindelof gets it back to De Gea. We go long again. Sancho with a poor first touch. And Sabitzer now has it into Jadon Sancho. Wants the overlap from Marcel Sabitzer. Is he going to get it? He did, but he just followed him through with a run. Then Donker up against Sancho. Eriksen now has it. Jadon Sancho again. Eriksen. Ball over the top. Just overhit. It's out for a goal kick. I don't like this constant use of the long ball. Trying to find Marcus Rashford or Bruno Fernandes in behind. I think we can play. I would take Sabitzer off. I think he's done fine. I would just prefer to see Bruno Fernandes move centrally. I tell you what, Unai Emery's got a nasty cold sore. Get some cream on it, lad. Casemiro wins the first ball. And it's Marcus Rashford running through on goal here. It's a really poor effort, but Bruno Fernandes on the rebound. It's in the back of the net. I think it's going to be offside. But Manchester United have a lead. And it is Bruno Fernandes. As I said, I think it's going to be offside. I think Rashford was offside when Casemiro won the header to play Rashford through. So I don't want to celebrate too much. But Bruno Fernandes does have the ball in the back of the net. And it is 1-0 Manchester United. So we'll see it here again. It's a long ball from Martinez. He's onside. He's onside. It's 1-0 United. That's got to be onside. It's a really poor effort for me from Rashford. But doesn't matter, does it? Emi Martinez spills it and Bruno Fernandes is there. I think it might actually get a touch from Moreno, sorry. But it doesn't matter because it's into the back of the net. And that 1-0 is on. The VAR is checking it, but it is onside. There we go. Would you sell Rashford if it meant we get Ousmane, De Jong, and another winger of your choice? That is tough. Because I rate Ousmane Dembele so highly. I think Ousmane is one of the best wingers in the world. The only problem with Ousmane Dembele is his injury record. Frenkie de Jong would be perfect. And, I mean, a realistic winger. Can't think of one. But, I mean, we've got Sancho, we've got Anthony, we've got Garnacho, we've got Ahmad coming back. If you add another very good winger, not even talking Ousmane Dembele level, but Sabitzer, poor first touch. I can't think of wingers. I really can't think of wingers. I think I probably would. Osimhen. Well, if we get Osimhen, Frank de Jong and Ousmane Dembele, I'll take that. Yes, I would. As much as I like Marcus Rashford, he's born and bred, so on and so forth. Give me Ousmane Dembele, give me Osimhen, and give me Frenkie de Jong. Marcus Rashford, enjoy Barcelona, enjoy Paris. Also, more great news for Manchester United. Newcastle are losing. Stuart Armstrong have scored for Southampton at St James's Park. So it is Newcastle 0, Southampton 1. Do you think now is a good time to cash out on Rashford? I don't think United will ever cash in on Rashford. If the plan is to sell Rashford at some point, yes, it would be a good point to cash out. Because would he get better? Yes. But, well, you probably give him a new contract. I can't remember when his last contract was. But you give him a new contract, let's say this year, and then cash in next year, and hope he has as good of a season next year. If you are going to cash in on him, but I don't think United ever will. I see him going similar to Steven Gerrard, similar to, in a sense, Frank Lampard. Obviously, Frank Lampard did have a spell at, did come through at West Ham, but really is a Chelsea legend. I see it being somewhat similar to that, where Rashford will spend majority of his career at Manchester United, and come the end of his career, he may move to, I don't know, move to America, might move to a smaller club just to prolong his career a little bit. Obviously, Frank Lampard moved to Manchester City as his smaller club before going to New York's NYCFC. Before going to NYCFC in America. Steven Gerrard obviously went to LA Galaxy. So I wouldn't be massively surprised if Marcus Rashford did something similar. But I actually don't see Marcus Rashford, unless United openly are looking to sell him, which I don't see ever happening. I don't see Marcus Rashford leaving United. At least in his prime, when you're going to get proper money for him. So we are very quickly approaching half time here. It is Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 0. Aston Villa not really doing much. They've looked dangerous in spells, but nothing concrete. Whereas United, obviously we've got our goal, and you could argue we should have already had a second. The Brazilian's fidget spinner for me. I like Sancho. And I think Sancho at his peak at Dortmund is better than Antony. But in a Manchester United shirt, I don't think there's much context. I think Antony's much better. Has been much better than Sancho. That's poor from Sabitzer. And poor from Dalot. It's a bit of a hospital pass there from Dalot. But Sabitzer doesn't make the most of it. And here comes, is it Ashley Young? Great defending from Malacia. But, no, I'll tell you what, Malacia got a lot of criticism after the Spurs game and after a few recent performances. But I think today he's been really good. Rio Ferdinand. Look, Varane's a very good defender. Obviously, career-wise, I think there's an argument you can make for Varane. Obviously, World Cup winner, Nations League winner. Won La Ligas, won the Champions League. Why is the game? Why am I seeing Fulham, Man City? Man City are 2-1 up, by the way, as well. Julian Alvarez scored. But why have they turned the Man United game off? This is so bizarre. As a career, you can make the argument. Why am I now seeing Cadiz Valencia? What is going on? Yeah, as a career, you could argue Varane, but as a player, I think Ferdinand, he's the whole package. On the ball, brilliant. Off the ball, brilliant. Quick. He has everything Varane has and more. Is it half time? It is, fair enough. Yeah, it's half time. That's all right then. Ashley Young's been brilliant. Not Ashley Young. Tyrell Malassia's been brilliant. And like I say, Malassia got a lot of criticism after this Spurs game. After Sevilla. Ten Hag's backed him. Has continued to back him. Thrown him in today where a lot of people would have argued that he shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be playing. And has done a very good job. So, that half-time, Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 0. Look, like I said, I don't know what that means. Come on, you dons. Who are the Dons? Is that MK Dons or Wimbledon? I assume MK Dons. Look, I mean, oh, Devils. That is not. I've never heard anyone say that. Never. Is that a thing? Not sure about that. Well, you can. I get Reds, not Devils. But yeah, no. On Bruno Fernandes, I do think he has played well. I don't like him on the right, but quite often I think we are seeing him come inside. And I mean, just in general, this whole front four, they're mixing it up. They're not. Rashford more or less is staying as that central striker, but we are seeing Sabitzer moving out into the flanks, dropping deep. Sancho's often has made this kind of diagonal run and been picking up on the right hand side. So generally, I've been quite happy with it with the team. Again, I would like to see just Bruno Fernandes through the centre. I don't think Sabitzer has played badly, and I don't think Bruno Fernandes has either. I just think if Bruno Fernandes has played well on the right, imagine how good he would be in the centre where he's best, where his best moments for me are coming. And then you obviously can either then bring on an Anthony Martial or a Weghorst or even a Palestri for Sabitzer, and you get a slightly different. I think you probably get better, especially trying to attack. What's his name? Even Moreno or Young when they are getting forward. So yeah, I would probably bring Anthony on. Anthony Martial was okay as well. I'm a big fan of Martial. I probably would bring Anthony on. I think that ball over the top for Rashford is constantly on. So it'd be silly to kind of move Rashford when it's kind of working. But I mean, I would, if Aston Villa kind of drop a little bit deeper in this second half, then definitely get Martial on and move Marcus Rashford out to the left. I mean, as of now, we are playing Malacia kind of midfield and we're playing a back three a tiny bit. Yeah, I mean, Malacia is very good at inverting into like that and becomes a back three with Eriksen pushing forward, and it can become kind of like that. And at the same time, Dalot can do the same. But often, it can also become that at times. So, I think United are very versatile. Luke Shaw can even, at times, have even stepped in to the midfield, and it kind of becomes that. That's the positive thing about this sort of lineup, and I think why Erik ten Hag likes it. Because the same with when Lissandro's playing as a centre back, they are capable of stepping up into the midfield. And if you look at the Brighton game in the FA Cup, it happened quite a lot where Luke Shaw kind of just sat on Danny Welbeck. Whenever Danny Welbeck came in to midfield, Luke Shaw joined him, and it became a back three with your two fullbacks, but kind of becoming wide centre backs. And it allowed Luke Shaw to kind of play man to man on Danny Welbeck through that game, which really kind of nullified him. And why Brighton, particularly Welbeck, didn't create many real high scoring opportunities. Like 3-2-4-1. Yeah, exactly. Like how Man City play. You look at Man City lineup, they generally just play like this. So they'll have John Stones and Rodri. Actually, we'll change it over that way. You'll have John Stones as your right central midfielder, Rodri on your left. You have Ake or Kanji as your left centre back with Ruben Diaz in the middle, and then you probably have. So usually they went Ake on the left, Akanji on the right, with John Stones and Rodri as your two midfielders, with either Bernardo Silva or Mahrez on the right. You have De Bruyne as this kind of right half space midfielder, attacking midfielder. You have Jack Grealish on the left, and where Eriksen would be in this screen, you'd have either Ilkay Gundogan or if you got Mahrez on the right, you could have Bernardo there, but usually it's Gundogan. So very versatile, Man City, and that's kind of how United play, or a lot of the big teams like to try and play in possession. But look, I'm going to go quickly fill my bottle up. I might get a snack as well because I'm a bit peckish. And I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. I'm back, baby. Just in time for the start of the second half as well. Oh, lovely. Oh, bloody lovely. So, we're about to get underway here for the second half of this game. Can United hold on to this 1-0 lead? And can we see a better performance than the one we saw in the second half against Spurs? Fingers crossed. As far as I'm aware, no changes at half-time. So the team is still for Manchester United. David De Gea in goal. A back four of Diogo Dalot, Victor Lindelof, Luke Shaw, and Tyrell Malacia. Casemiro and Christian Eriksen with Marcel Sabitzer in the middle, with Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho on the flanks, with Marcus Rashford up top. For Aston Villa, it is Emi Martinez in goal. A back four of Ashley Young, Ezri Konsa, Tyrone Mings, and Alex Moreno. You've got John McGinn, Jacob Ramsey on the flanks, with a double pivot of Douglas Luiz and Dendonka, with Emi Buendia and Ollie Watkins up top. Aston Villa are appealing for a penalty here. If that's given as a penalty, I'm going to be fucking fuming. That is never a penalty. It's not a foul. It's not a penalty. No need to worry. VAR. The fact that VAR has even looked at that is a disgrace, by the way. Eric Ten Hag looking very serious there. I'm not sure what he would have made of that first start from United. I think he must have been quite happy. Dalot just strolling forward here. Casually. Finds Casemiro. Dalot clears it upfield. Can Marcus Rashford win it against Tyrone Mings? I think that was a bit of a silly question. He was never going to. Christian Eriksen picks it up. Moves it back into Lindelof. Casemiro. Eriksen. Nice ball up to Bruno. Looks for the first time ball over the top. Marcel Sabitzer picked it up, but nutmegged himself. That's quality. That's what you call ability from Marcel Sabitzer there. Then Donker across to Konsa. Young looks for the pass into to Sancho. Well dealt with. Sancho well defended. Ball pass from Buendia. The free kick here for Aston Villa. John McGinn has it on the... We'll take it. Goes to the edge of the box. Douglas Luiz shot is blocked by Luke Shaw, who got across really well. Good defending from Luke Shaw. Score United 1, Aston Villa 0 still. As we approach the 50-minute mark. A positive and pleasing performance so far from United. 15 minutes in after what was a shambolic 45, final 45 in the Spurs game. So let me just blow my nose. Ball into the box. Lindelof. Over the bar. I haven't closed my face cam. There we go. Crossfield ball. I think the Lindelof will just pick it up. Into Casemiro. Finds Sabitzer. Ericsson over the top. Looking for Malacia. Here is Malacia. Can he find Rashford in the box? The poor cross. Tyrone Mings didn't defend it well at all. That's all just a bit of a shambles. And eventually in Emi Martinez's hands. Ericsson finds Lindelof. Bruno Fernandes back to Victor Lindelof. Goes down the line looking for Bruno Fernandes. Emi Martinez again. Off his line well. To deal with it. Emi Martinez rolls it out to Ezri Konsa. Ashley Young down the line for Ollie Watkins. John McGinn. Lovely ball over the top. Dallo didn't do great with it here. Here's Emi Buendia. Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey puts it across. The Bitzer's there. Bruno Fernandes fighting for it. Can't win it. Dallo with a throw in. 10 minutes into this second half, United not looking. I don't think we've been as good as we were in the first, but it's not the disaster that was the Spurs game just yet. So we're all right. Eriksen sprays it over the top, looking for Jadon Sancho, and here is Jadon Sancho. Can he cut inside? He does. Sancho cuts back outside, inside again. Oh, he's just done too much. So often we see that from Sancho. Malacia looks to fire it across, but there's so many bodies in there from a Villa perspective. They easily deal with it. I just think there Sancho needs to be a bit more ruthless. Just get the shot away. As he gets the cross in here and easily headed away by Tyrone Mings. Lindelof into Shaw. Malacia. Does he win a throw in? He doesn't. Malacia. For sure. Eriksen. Back to Shaw. No. Free kicks to United. Referee's having a chat with John McGinn. He's not happy. I don't like John McGinn's trim as well. It is shit. But he just goes straight through the back of Eriksen. Clear free kick. So Shaw will take the free kick. He'll just roll it back into Malacia. And United will just knock it around the back for a bit, maybe. No, into Casemiro, back into Malacia. Crossfield ball, looking for the run of Dallo. Dallo takes it down really well. Here's Diego Dallo. Can't find any options. Finds Rashford here, though. Marcus Rashford. He's through. Great goalkeeping from Emi Martinez. Off his line really well. I'm not sure how he got through Tyrone Mings and Ezri Konsa there. But somehow he did. And Emi Martinez was off his line really, really well and really quickly to get to that loose ball before Marcus Rashford could get there. Rashford may have left something on Emi Martinez there, but he should be fine. Tyrone Mings looks for the ball down past Bruno Fernandes, but can't find it. Here's Moreno. To Tyrone Mings. Across to Emi Martinez. It's an awful ball, but Ashley Young gets back. Konsa. Emi Martinez. Risking it. He slips as he goes to clear it, but does find the ball to Moreno. And here's a chance for Aston Villa. Sabitzer's back. Bruno Fernandes and him momentarily swapping places. It's Jacob Ramsey. Douglas Luiz. Comes inside. Driving inside here, Douglas Luiz. Doing really well. Finds Emi Buendia. Crossfield ball. Jacob Ramsey. Good defending from Marcel Sabitzer. Here is Jadon Sancho for Manchester United. Into Casemiro. Casemiro. Into Malacia. Offside. Brilliant. That is ideal. Ugh. So as the current score goes, it is Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 0. 60 minutes in. In the games around the other games in the Premier League, it is 2-1 to Bournemouth. It is 2-1 Man City, and it is now 1-0 in the Newcastle-Southampton game. Jacob Ramsey now with a chance. Luke gets past Luke Shaw, shoots. Victor Lindelof with a massive block. And it was Callum Wilson with the goal for Newcastle. Wilson subbed on at half-time for Anthony Gordon. But looks at Newcastle went to a 4-4-2. Or potentially a 4-3-3 with Joel Linton moving into midfield. Well, Joel Linton would have started in midfield probably, actually. So anyway, Callum Wilson came on. And him and Isaac combined for the goal. We have a corner here for John McGinn and Villa. Ball comes into Hay, gets a good punch onto it to get to the edge of the area. And can we deal with it? Malacia and Young fighting for it. United got it clear, but Ericsson couldn't bring it down. And Villa can come on the attack again. Buendia looks for the ball inside. Diego Dallo's across well. Makes a strong challenge. Throw in for Villa. 60 minutes played. Half an hour to go. If we can just not collapse again, that would be ideal. That's all I'm asking for. Just don't collapse. Sabitzer finds Ericsson. Moves it into Marcus Rashford. Sabitzer picks it up. Here is Ericsson. To Casemiro. Finds Malacia. Shaw. To Casemiro. On this left-hand side. Goes over the top looking for Marcus Rashford, who takes it down. But can't take it down properly. And that ball is still on. And we're constantly finding Marcus Rashford. Just that first touch, which is usually so good for Marcus Rashford. Just letting him down in those moments. Here's Jacob Ramsey up against Dallo. Dallo sees out for a corner. And it's 3-1 Bournemouth now. Bournemouth have a third at Vicarage Road. Is it Vicarage Road? No, Vitality Stadium. Not Vicarage Road. That's fucking Watford. It's 3-1 and the goal. Who's it for? Who's getting the goal? Dominic Solanke. So it's 3-1. Solanke with 1. Jefferson Lerma with 2 for Bournemouth. And Patrick Bamford, of course, has scored Leeds' only goal of the game. Ball comes in from the corner for Aston Villa. Well dealt with by United. But they look to take it quickly. John McGinn has it on the halfway line. Finds Ashley Young. They've still got a lot of men up here. If they can work a way to try and get it back into the box. It's a poor pass though. Now United have it with Jadon Sancho on this right-hand side. Lovely skill to get past McGinn. Ericsson, it's 3v1. And it's a poor pass from Christian Eriksen. I'm not sure who he's looking to pick out. And that really should be 2-0. But it's poor from Villa. Christian Eriksen has it now. Goes for goal. Or he's looking to pick out Sancho. One of the two. And Eriksen there really fluffing the opportunity to make it United 2, Aston Villa 0. Poor from Christian Eriksen. Not often you say poor from Eriksen. But he should do better there. We have a change here for Aston Villa. It is Ashley Young coming off and Callum Chambers coming on. So Chambers is on. And as is Bertrand Traore. I'm not sure who for though. I think for McGinn. No, I think it's actually for Dendoncker. That's how now we're now seeing Villa line up when the carousel flicks round to Villa. So as McGinn has gone into the centre of the park, and Traore is now on the right. Callum Chambers slotting in at right back. Dalot, Luke Shaw, Ericsson into Lindelof, Dalot, over the top. Emi Martinez again quickly off his line, and Emi Martinez goes quickly looking for Ollie Watkins. It's a great ball over the line, but De Gea is there on the sweep just to head it out for a throw in. Good sweep in there from David De Gea. It was important De Gea got there because it looked like Lindelof and Shaw were in a bit of bother there, a spot of bother, but it's well dealt with. Here is Douglas Luiz to Ezri Konsa. No changes still from Manchester United. I'm not surprised, given how poor the subs were in our last game. I'm not surprised Erik ten Hag is trying to put off making changes in this one. Here is Konsa. Cross to Callum Chambers. Gets it down the line to Traore. Good defending though. Ericsson. Lovely ball into Marcel Sabitzer, who moves it out to Jadon Sancho on this left-hand side. Up against Callum Chambers. Bertrand Traore is back. Rashford's there for support. Malacia. Casemiro. Goes for goal. It's taken a deflection. It's easily into the hands of Emi Martinez, who moves it across quickly into Jacob Ramsey. And now can Aston Villa break? Looking to take on Christian Eriksen, who's back for United. Douglas Luiz now has it, and Aston Villa take their foot off the pedal a little bit. Emi Buendia finds the ball to Jacob Ramsey, and the pedal's certainly back on now. Overlap from Moreno. Buendia has it. Dalot, good defending in the box. And John McGinn from range. Always heading wide. Not a bad effort from John McGinn, but never really testing David De Gea at all. Probably should have left it to Douglas Luiz and try and recirculate it as opposed to go for the shot there. There's goal kick. It looks like De Gea is going to go long. I don't know what boots De Gea's wearing, but they're black. They're not great. I'm a fan of black boots, but they're not looking great. Luke Shaw and Casemiro go up for the second ball there. United do win it. Here is Dalot. Bruno's offering himself, but we're going over the top again. This over the top business is really starting to grind on me. Jacob Ramsey's doing really well here. Gives it back to Moreno. Moreno's in a difficult situation. He needs options. Finds Tyrone Mings. And he now goes long. Casemiro wins it against Ollie Watkins. And Ericsson gets it back to Luke Shaw on the halfway line. Still no changes for Manchester United. Obviously, we've seen the two for Villa in Bertrand Traore and Callum Chambers for Ashley Young and Dendoncker. But United seem pretty content as it stands. Here is Lindelof. Finds Bruno Fernandes to Ericsson. Jadon Sancho's made a really good run here. Here is Jadon Sancho. Lovely back heel to Bruno Fernandes. Edge of the box. Looks to chip it into Sabitzer. Well defended by Villa. And Jacob Ramsey again now looking to break for Villa. He looks such a threat every time he gets the ball, Jacob Ramsey. Bruno Fernandes does well. It's out for a throw in for Villa. But halfway in their half. Casemiro has now picked it up. Finds Bruno Fernandes. Sabitzer. Rashford from range. Shoots. He's taking a deflection and Emi Martinez has it in his hands. And we'll look to try and get Villa going quickly here. John McGinn Out to Bertrand Traore. Up against Tyrell Malacia here. Cuts inside. Looks for the ball inside. Good defending and tracking from Luke Shaw. And United deal with it. And here is Luke Shaw now. Bringing it down the left-hand side. Obviously, Malacia's going to have to kind of fill in for Shaw. Momentarily. As Sabitzer has it. Moves it out wide. Marcus Rashford's made the run through the centre. Bruno Fernandes has found him. Can Rashford get hold of it? Again, it's not the greatest of touches from Marcus Rashford. After a good ball from Bruno Fernandes. And Villa not comfortably deal with it, but they do deal with it. There is Callum Chambers. He's asking for options, but Buendia, lovely 1-2. Casemiro across really well. Does really well there, Casemiro. To win a throw-in for United as well. So Alex Ferguson's in the stands. Wonder what he makes of this performance. He must be quite happy. We're winning the game. Villa not creating too much. Definitely come out in this second half a better team than they were in the first. But I think it's more 50-50 now. Whereas the first half was more 70-30. But United, when we have got the ball, we are still looking dangerous. And that ball over the top is constantly on. United looking to try and build from the back here. Luke Shaw with it. Malacia. He goes down the line looking for... Not sure what he was looking for, but he found a steward. It's a throw into Villa now. 71 minutes played here at Old Trafford. And Anthony looks like he's going to come on. And so is Fred. Bold to bring on Fred after what was a horrific performance. But they're taking their bibs off. Ten Hag's had a word with them. Looks like they're going to come on. I imagine that will be for Eriksson and Sabitzer. There is Sabitzer. Ball over the top, looking for Marcus Rashford. Rashford has it. Can he find Jadon Sancho? No, he just overplays it. Goes down. I mean, if we score it, it's going to be a handball. But here is Jadon Sancho. Malacia. We could really do with a corner here more than anything. Dallo on his left peg. No, sorry, it was Casemiro. So close to whipping it into that, at that point, far post. That left-hand corner of Emi Martinez's goal. We'll see how close it really was. Oh, it's really close. It hits the side netting as it goes wide. That's a penalty. I'm sorry, that's a penalty. Rashford is shielding the ball well. Callum Chambers just throws him to the ground. That's a penalty. He gets nowhere near the ball and throws him to the ground. It's a penalty. I don't see how that cannot be a penalty. He doesn't get the ball. Rashford's shielding him and he's thrown to the ground. You can't throw players to the ground. And it looks like Newcastle are about to take the lead at St James's Park against Southampton. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. And it is 2-1 to Newcastle. And the goal is Callum Wilson again. I really like Callum Wilson. I always have. I've always said I think he's really good. So, Anthony and Fred are now coming on. Who for? I'm not sure just yet. I think it'll be Sabitzer and Eriksson. But looks at it, it might be Fred. It might be Sancho. Luca Digne is also coming on. I think that's more clear cut. Moreno's off for Digne. And Duran for Villa is coming on It's gone to VAR, so Southampton, the Newcastle could have their goal disallowed, and Buendia is off for Duran. I don't have Duran. I don't have a picture of him. Brilliant. You'll have to be a blank. Fantastic. And so it is Ericsson for Fred. And Sancho's off for Anthony. I don't know what I make of that. I don't think Sancho's played badly. But I'm not surprised about Ericsson at all. Ericsson always comes off, Fred. That's Eric Ten Hag substitute 101, that. Is Anthony playing off the left? Momentarily, at least, Anthony's off the left. And that goal for Newcastle has been ruled off. So Callum Wilson has had his second ruled off for offside. So it is still Newcastle 1, Southampton 1. I can't believe Anthony's playing off the left. That has stunned me. That really has stunned me. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. De Gea's off his line quickly there. Sweeps up the ball. So we got the team news for the Liverpool Spurs game later on. So it's Alisson in goal, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson, Fabinho, Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones, with Diaz, Salah and Gakpo as a front three. So Diogo Jota, despite his fine form, has been dropped. For Tottenham, it's Fraser Forster in goal, Romero, Dyer and Davies as a back three, Pedro Porro and Oliver Skip. Porro, Skip, Højbjerg and Perisic make up a midfield four or two, and your wing backs with a front three of Dejan Kulusevski, Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. Looking very Antonio Conte like that. Anthony picks the ball up, moves it out wide to Fred. Still Fred. Gonna pass it, Fred? No. Bruno. Back to Fred. Great run. Bruno Fernandes in. Puts it across. Good hand by Emi Martinez to take it away from Marcus Rashford. He was picked up a good position in there inside the box. You know, don't look like giving up anytime soon. They 2-1 Newcastle again. They do get their goal now. That will take them and keep them in third place. And this time, we'll find out who scored that goal in a minute. As Anthony has it on this left-hand side, finds Fred, looks to put it across. Good defending from Ezri Konsa. Anthony picks it back up. He goes back into Casemiro. Casemiro looks to get the ball into the box. Good defending from Luca Digne, but it didn't put the ball right back across the box. And that's not a free kick. Sven Botman with the goal for Newcastle. And look, this is the hypocrisy. That, from Sabitzer, is exactly what Callum Chambers did to Rashford. Pushes him over, pushes him to the ground. Why is one, the Sabitzer one, the defending team, a foul, when Marcus Rashford isn't? But a foul is a foul. It doesn't matter where the foul takes place. A foul is a foul. And it doesn't matter who does the foul. A foul is still a foul. So I don't understand how that's not a foul. John Douglas Luiz has it cleared off the line, but I think it's Victor Lindelof. De Gea goes to claim it, can't, and he gets a foul. My God, what a chance that is for Aston Villa. What a chance that was for Aston Villa. The ball got out wide well. Ramsey played a lovely ball to Watkins. Watkins skins Lindelof. Ball comes in. Sabitzer cleared it, but it came off Luke Shaw. It fell to Douglas Luiz. But 2 bites of the cherry. Couldn't get it past Victor Lindelof, who was on the line. Great clearance off the line. It bounces up. David De Gea goes up to claim it. Duran beats him to it. And, I mean, the referee eventually gives a free kick to United. I'm not sure it was a foul. But it is 3-1 Newcastle now. So goals galore coming in a game which Southampton really, given that they were winning, they were holding on to a point for so long. Will be disappointed to have lost it. Theo Walcott scored the own goal. Well, the second goal eventually went down as a Theo Walcott own goal as opposed to a Sven Botman goal. And Callum Wilson, 2 minutes later, did get his second of the game. So it is Newcastle 3, Southampton 1. The Geordies are loving it at the moment. Douglas Luiz. Crossfield ball, looking for Callum Chambers. It's a poor ball and he can't keep it on. It's a really poor ball from Douglas Luiz. You can see Unai Emery barking orders down the touchline. Again, look at it. Look at his hair. Fuck off. Harry Maguire's coming on. Fuck. Why is Harry Maguire coming on? Maguire's coming on. They've just shown Eric Ten Hag giving instructions to Maguire. Wow. We are done. So surely it's if you bring in Maguire on, surely you go to a back five. Surely you don't move Lindelof or Shaw, who have played so well together. Here is Douglas Luiz. It's a good ball into the box. Dealt with though by United, and I think it is a corner for Villa. Last 7 minutes. Well, last 6 minutes really of the 90. Can United hold on? Maguire is coming on. I guess we're just looking for a bit more height in that back line. Ball comes in. Cleared off the line. I think it might have been Dallo this time. Luke Shaw's gone down. Head injury. What a chance that was though for Villa. From the corner, whipped in. I think it's actually Ezri Konsa, you know. I think Konsa clears it himself. We'll see it here. One at the front post, and it is Konsa as he's rushing in to try and get a touch to see it over the line. He actually does the opposite and clears it away. And it's Callum Chambers who goes for the acrobatic effort. Luke Shaw just beats him to it. And Shaw takes a kick in the head from Chambers. He'll be alright, Luke Shaw. But we're down to 5 minutes. So Bits is off. It will be Harry Maguire. So it'll be a 3-4-3, I imagine. Is that Martial on as well? Shaw there. Why in the centre? Martial is on, and he'll run through the centre. There we go. So that's how United now line up for the rest of this game. So it's your two forwards, your front three. I mean, Anthony, could you say he's playing as up top? Maybe. And you can see why we've done that, just to try and stop the onslaught of Aston Villa, but get a bit more height in that front line, in that back line. Sorry. You got Martial on now, who we can play it long to, and he can hold the ball up. Should we need him to? I mean, hopefully he can bag himself a goal as well. Tyrone Mings driving forward here. Harry Maguire easily sweeps up after a poor pass from Tyrone Mings. I mean, Martinez with it. Last 5 or so minutes, really. If we have 2 minutes of added time, Harry Maguire steps in well. Good clearance. Bruno Fernandes takes it down. Finds Casemiro. Malacia. Bruno Fernandes looks to stand up. Konsa out for a throw-in. Unai Emery pacing up and down his technical box. Screaming instructions to his team. Again, look, Manchester United Aston Villa are yet to score in a game under Unai Emery. United could be about to change that. It'll be a huge clean sheet as well for David De Gea in his hunt for the Golden Glove. Obviously, Nick Pope has conceded. Ramsdale has played more games, so this will give him, I believe, two place clearance. There's Casemiro finds Bruno Fernandes. Mix up in communication between him and Martial. And Villa have a free kick in their own half, just about pretty much halfway line. And John McGinn will actually take it on the halfway line. And he goes down the line looking for Callum Chambers. He takes it down well. Can he get the cross in? He can't. Well blocked by Malacia, and it's out for a throw-in. Last minute of the 90. How much injury time will we get? Callum Chambers is calling for... Wants some help. Goes long. Casemiro goes down the box. De Gea has it in his hands though. Can we get it out quickly? No, we'll just look to hold on to it. To slow the game down. And I think we'll go long. We will. Going to look for Martial. Tyrone Mings was always going to win that first ball. Bruno Fernandes takes it down. Finds Martial. Looks for, to flick it into Fred. Fred just stops his run as Martial plays the pass. Here's Dalot. To Lindelof. Martial's made a good run. That's a really poor ball from Lindelof. And there's 4 minutes of added time here. Bournemouth have a 4th in their game against Leeds. It's really not looking good for Leeds. They could be on their way down. Jacob Ramsey. Been pushed back there by Diego Dalot. Good pressing from Martial. Originally on Luca Digne. Here's Tyrone Mings. Into Ramsey. Martial's there. Ramsey across to Konsa. Moves it out wide to Callum Chambers. Bertrand Traore. McGinn, edge of the box. Digne. His cross is blocked by Casemiro. Casemiro, I think he's had a very good game today. Got around. He played some good balls. I think he's had a few poor performances recently, but today I think he looks back at it. And the Villa faithful look distraught. Bruno Fernandes takes it down. Poor pass to Shaw, but Shaw does just clip it long. Tyrone Mings sees it out for a throw into United. Martial does well. Did what he had to do. Just keep the ball forward. Keep it ticking over for United. Martial. Can't get it past Douglas Luiz. Dalot to Bruno. Fred. Back to Bruno Fernandes. Dalot's made the overlap. Finds Fred. Fred, can he find Martial? He does find Martial. Martial finds Anthony. Oh, such a poor pass. No, pass, not pass, touch. And Anthony really should have then laid it back off to Martial. Really should have been 2-0 there. That's really poor from Anthony. Luke Shaw and Duran having words. But with a minute and a half to go, United should be seeing all 3 points today. United actually gets a free kick. Luke Shaw just called Duran a fucking twat. Fair play. Fair play, Luke. Again, I think Luke Shaw's had a very, very good game at centre-back today. Anthony, fouled by Ramsey. No, it was Callum Chambers, sorry, but how is that not a foul? And Anthony reacts. Callum Chambers, I think, lucky today. I think that's he's a couple fouls he's just got away with completely. Brilliant from Casemiro. Finds Bruno Fernandes. Martial's made a run, but again, Bruno Fernandes just hasn't played the ball. Bruno Fernandes, good interception. But here comes Villa. Probably the last chance saloon for them. Here is John McGinn. Where he's got to get across. So does Martial. Callum Chambers. Duran. No, sorry, Bertrand Traore. Turns out Malacia. That's poor from him. Just gives away a free kick in a dangerous area. Edge of the box here for Villa. With Luca Digne as well on the pitch. Very good free kick taker. You'd hope United can deal with it though. Come on. Deal with it, boys. Last minute. Can we hold on? Surely after this free kick, the game's got to blow. You've got to blow up, ref. Mings wants to set up some sort of routine. Douglas Luiz and Digne, I think they want to go for goal themselves. And it's finished at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 4, Leeds 1. Luca Digne puts his hand up. Douglas Luiz puts it in. Victor Lindelof heads clear. Callum Chambers on the rebound. It's cleared. And there is full time. Manchester United 1. Aston Villa 0. A hard-fought match. But in the end, the goal coming through Bruno Fernandes is the difference between the two sides. As United take all 3 points and a clean sheet against Unai Emery's men to keep Manchester United top 4 hopes and dreams alive. Big result, big performance, and all is well in the world. And something that, I mean, it's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but Bruno Fernandes kept hold of the captain's armband when Harry Maguire came on. That is great to see. Casemiro looks perplexed by something, not sure what, but there we go. That is going to be it from me today. If you have enjoyed, please do hit that like button below. Subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you all in the next one in a bit.